Here on Threat to Survival, we're suckers for a nifty, ingenious, and sometimes outrageous weapon. And even better if it's affordable and perfectly legal to buy. Today, we're taking a look at some of the coolest finds on Amazon. So strap in, because this is going to be a wild ride. And like we always do, we'll start with the very smallest and work our way up to the biggest baddies available on the internet. Sap cap. Starting with the smallest and most inconspicuous of all. Get yourself a sap cap. This plain old cap has lead layers sewn into the head, and when you strike someone with it, it's as good as hitting them with a rock. It's not too heavy to wear on your head, but it is hard. Very, very hard. Your attacker won't know what hit them, and the concept is so inconceivably simple that we think it's probably the most ingenious item on our list, just because of how a pretty effective weapon can hide so well in plain sight. Bola wrap. Versions of bolas have been used since cavemen began hunting to get an animal's feet out from under it so that another individual can come in close for the kill. Essentially, it's a string of rope that has a weight attached to each end. When it's hurled from a distance and can catch enough speed, it'll wrap itself around its target. If you get the person around the feet, it'll bring them down like a sack of bricks. The modern bolas don't use heavy rocks to entrap their targets. These little devices are so inconspicuous that they're smaller than your cell phone, and the rope used is thin, lightweight, and very strong. Whether someone is running toward you or away from you, once their feet get ensnared, they'll go down hard enough to break a nose. And getting themselves out of their predicament is going to take long enough for you to get away, or to get their weapons off them. Military forces wouldn't be using bolas if they weren't effective. Trust us, this simple yet ingenious contraption is the ideal handheld weapon for self-defense. Miniature Colt 1908. This tiny little thing is an actual gun. No, we're not kidding. It will shoot through a tin can, and if aimed well and with a bit of luck, it could probably kill a man. The Miniature Colt 1908 doesn't fall into gun laws entirely. Yes, you need a license for all firearms, and since it uses gunpowder and can shoot a missile, it is officially a real gun, no matter how small it is. But the Miniature Colt falls into that sweet spot of being an imitation or a replica firearm, and those are legal to own. This is going to depend on the state you live in, but most of them are fine with it, since they consider it a collectible. And even if it does fall under a collectible license, then those are even easier to get than the red tape you need to jump over to get hunting rifles. Will it do much damage? No, probably not. But you can't deny that it is pretty cool. And for under $1,000, you can have a pretty valuable collectible on your hands while you shoot squirrels. Taser pulse. You've probably noticed that we can be pretty critical of tasers on this channel. Let's just say that a unit needs to be pretty special to impress us. And the taser pulse is exactly that kind of unit. It looks and feels like a handgun. Besides being better to hold, and therefore you won't lose possession of it during an altercation, that firearm shape is going to be enough to scare off most attackers that'll think you're packing heat. And the brave ones who decide to step in closer anyway will be met with a current that's equal to what the police and military use. Yes, the cops get a better voltage than civilian tasers do. That's one of the reasons that we think they're so ineffective. But the pulse solves that problem, and more. It can continuously send out a current for 30 seconds. Even police units only have about 5 to 10 seconds worth of charge in them. If you're going to get a taser, the pulse is the one to get. Pepperball blast. Since we're on the subject of self-defense items we're a little critical of, let's look at pepper spray. The handheld spray bottles are notorious for catching their owners in the face too. Wind direction and close proximity complicates how effective it can be. But the pepperball blast is a little different. It shoots out a ball of pepper spray that only releases its contents when it hits the target, instead of just spraying it out into the air in front of you. It's accurate for up to 15 feet, and it's got dummy bullets that have no pepper spray in them, so you can practice with it safely before heading out with the real thing. And to sweeten the deal even more, it doesn't look all that much different from a regular pen. Small, lightweight, accurate, and so much safer than the run-of-the-mill cans. Apache Knuckle Duster. The Apache Knuckle Duster is probably the coolest gadget on this list. Seriously, this thing is loaded with just about everything you can possibly fit onto a knuckle buster. It's a standard brass hitting tool, like all knuckle busters are, but it also has a hidden knife that slips out, and it has a firearm attached to it that takes 6 rounds at a time. Some of the newer designs have upped the ante in the latest models, so that the firearm will do a little more damage than the older ones. It's an inconspicuous handheld item, so you can carry it in the dark without anybody seeing it until they feel the effects of it when they try and jump you. But it's a pricey one. The design has some historical significance, so it's considered more of a display item. So be prepared to shell out for this very effective self-defense tool. Luckily, the cheaper, more modern ones are priced much more reasonably, and they're more lightweight. And in more ways, they're much more practical than the old ones. The new ones will need a license that the antiques don't come with. Crossbows. Crossbows offer a wide spectrum of options on the market. And given all of the scopes and attachments that you can buy separately, there's just as much fun to be had with the additions as the firearm guys are getting. Don't knock the effectiveness of an arrow either. In a lot of ways, they're more deadly than a gun is. For one, they make virtually no noise. Therefore, they won't give up your position, and they load faster. And just like a bullet, if it's aimed well, it will be fatal. Since there are so many options to choose from, we've decided on the smallest and the biggest units. The smaller ones, that are modeled after handguns, are ideal for optimal mobility and for the man on the move. Personally, we like the Eye-Glow pistol crossbow, just because its arrows are attached to the unit, so it's faster and easier to reload. For the bigger crossbows, more suited for hunting, the 10-point Flatline 460 is an amazing piece of engineering. Clocking in at almost $3,000, this baby isn't for the novice. You need to know how to handle your crossbows if you're going to get everything out of what this beast has to offer. At the end of the day, you want a selection of tools at your disposal that's appropriate for any situation. Out at night, get that sap cap and carry a knuckle duster hidden in your hand. In your car, the pepper blast and a taser should be in your door compartment at all times. And when you're out in the wilderness, well, that's where your crossbow comes in. And they're all available on Amazon for a fraction of the price that you'd pay for a firearm. They're legal and simple, yet effective enough to use no matter how old, young, or inexperienced you are. Don't get caught with your pants down. Get your hands on the tools needed to protect you while the economy still allows you to afford it. This is threat to survival. Prepare today. Thrive tomorrow. Embrace the threat to survival.